morning. Good morning. Welcome to Get Rich 101. Uh, I'm your host. I'm your host, Sekou, right? And check out my co-host. My co-host right here is Nelson. So you change the cameras and everything so that you can see him ongoing throughout the show. Just chilling. Just chilling. Just chilling. So it's very cool. Very cool. Anyway, today is Get Rich 101 Day. I'm your host. I'm Sekou Wrights, and I am an author. I'm an author. Here's my book. Sign my book, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. It's a book of commandments that teach you how to get past whatever is hurting you. Whatever is hurting you. Here's the answer. Hack Your Pain Now. It's available on Amazon and available on Amazon both as a paperback and as a Kindle book. They're both available. So yeah, check this book out because for real, it's check out read the reviews, and see for yourself how impactful this book is. All right, and I'm not taking credit for it, even though I am. But I wrote it in a period of my time I don't really remember. But there it is. There's the book. So check it out. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look how I'm on this side and the cat's on that side. That's pretty cool. All right. So let me see where we start. Well, usually I would start with the Cat Chronicles, but I feel like I got the cat here, so I'm just gonna roll without the Cat Chronicles. We're just gonna roll with Nelson throughout the show. You ready to start the show, Nelson? You ready to start the show? I guess so. I guess so. I guess he's knocked out. He's knocked out. Okay, so let's see. What are we talking about today? What are we talking about today? Let me say hi to the people checking in on the comments. Fee King is yeah, she's talking about my cat being asleep. Yeah, my cat is asleep. Well, your cat is asleep. Yeah, and B is inviting her folks to pay attention and check out the show. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. I wanted to talk about my run report. Because as you've noticed, I haven't been talking about my run report. And I don't know, it's become so much a part of my day that it's forgetful because it's a part of my day. But I was talking to someone yesterday, I think, yesterday or the day before, and they were like, 450, what? How many days? I was like, 459. And she was like, what? And so I was like, wow, that's really interesting that people will have that reaction. And then I thought, well, it is kind of dope. It's kind of dope because on the other side of this, I couldn't see how. Because when I first started a run story, I think so. When I first started doing a run story, I didn't think I was gonna make it 7 days. I didn't think I was gonna make it 7 days, and then I didn't think I was gonna make a month. And then I figured I'd make it a month, and that's it. I tried again later on some other time, but I did it, and the only thing that stopped me when I got to day 409 was having a stroke, and having a stroke really took it out of me, and so much so that I keep on mentioning this because it's important to know that I had amnesia. I had amnesia in a very strong way. Like I had amnesia in all the ways. Like I didn't remember anything, nothing, right? So my run report was completely gone. Like it was day 409 done, and then that was that. And then I started walking in order to get my body working. And no one told me to do it. None of the doctors told me to do it. I just decided I'm going to go and try. This because my physical therapist was trying to get me to walk around the floor. And let me tell you, walking around the floor was, oh, it was so hurtful. It was so hurtful because I had decided that I was not going to use a wheelchair and I was not going to use a cane. Now, both of those things were prescribed. I was prescribed to use a wheelchair. Wouldn't ride in a wheelchair. I was prescribed to use a cane. Now, all these things were prescribed to me, right? And despite them being prescribed, I just kept going without them. I just kept going without them. And so that was harmful, hurtful, but she would make me walk all the way around. Like I felt like she was trying to punish me because she knew that I had a cane and I hid the cane in my room. I did. I hid the cane in my room and she came and got me and walked me around the whole thing. And I was like, oh, it was nothing. It was nothing for her to walk around. But for me, it hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that after all that, I became, I don't know if I became aware of it, but after she walked me around, when I got home to my mom's house, I felt that need to walk around, right? I tried walking around my mom's house, which was great, but I needed more. And so I decided I was going to get out there. I was going to walk a block. Let me tell you, let me tell you, I was going to walk a block. Now, mind you, we just talking about a block. I could not make it. I could not make it. I barely made it back to the house. I barely made it back to the house. I was so tired. I was so, everything hurt. Like I did not make it. I did not. This is less than. Wait a minute. This is around the block. I made it 1/4, and I was like, I was like grabbing onto the fence poles and everything, trying to get back. Anyway, I kept doing that. And eventually I started running. Running was a real strong word, but I would run like, you know, those compartments that they make the sidewalk out of. They make a square and a square and a square. I used to run one square. One square. So I used to go walk all the way around and then go one square. Whoop, that's it. That's it. That's it. Whoop, that's it. So anyway, I was doing that. And then I started walking and running, and eventually I started with the run streak again at the beginning of last year. And so now I've done it 409 days. 459 days. Yeah, 459 days. And this is how I keep track, because I wouldn't remember how many days I've been running. But yeah, I've been doing it 459 days. Now there were some times, don't get me wrong, there were some times in the beginning where I would stutter and stammer, and I would walk and I'd do I'd do whatever, right? But I wouldn't run. Or I'd run a little bit, run half of it. But now I run. Now I've gotten myself up to the point where I just run every time. And for those of you in New York, you know it's terrible outside today. It's terrible outside. And I went downstairs and my headset wasn't working, and I was like, oh, my headphones are not working. I was like, oh, I was standing under the shade, and I was like, oh, come on. And then my headphones came into play, and I was like, all right, you're out of excuses. You gotta go. And I was within a group of people standing outside, and they were all watching, waiting for the light. And I was like, just run, just go. just go. So anyway, I ran and I did it. And I did it. And now I get to look out at the world doing my show, knowing that I ran in that rain. I ran in that rain. I ran in that rain. So anyway, I was a long-winded way. I got caught off by some sidebars, but it's a long-winded way of me saying that it is an accomplishment for me that I've run 459 miles for a minute. 459 days. I've run at least a mile or more. Or in those days that I walked at least a mile. But I've done something every day, 459 days. All right. 459 days. Yes, 459 days. And so, yeah, so here we are. Here we are. All right, Nelson? Nothing. Nothing. All right. So, anyway, that's my long-winded thing about my run streak. And now I wanted to talk to you. Oh, survived. I just checked my notes. Stroke survivor. I am a stroke survivor. I am a stroke survivor. I need to let people know that I am a stroke survivor. So what that means in my case is that I survived 2 strokes and I still feel the effects of the second one, but I'm fighting every day. I'm fighting every day. Fighting every day, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better. People think that because I ran the marathon twice that I'm fine. I wouldn't say that I'm fine. I would not say that I'm fine, but I'm recovering quite a bit stronger than other people. I've met some of them now, and I've met some people, and I've learned some things that I could do better, some things that I can do better. Anyway, they have helped me a lot. They've helped me a lot. All right. Okay, so let's see what else we want to talk about. Oh, movie night, yeah. Movie night, yeah. Okay. I don't even know what I meant by that. What I meant by that. All right. So I guess we're gonna have to go on and get to the money. The money. The money. All right, so the money. Let's get our affirmation and let's get going. So our affirmation, millionaire affirmation is I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And so look at him. His head go down, head down lower. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about was, well, I really didn't have anything specific I wanted to talk about, but I'll wait. But I had something. Shoot. Well, I lost it. I lost it. Oh man. Well, anyway, so that's percolating, and while that's percolating, I'm gonna tell you about B King's show. Well, her show, her fitness, um, her, her fitness. Something I don't know what to call it, but it's like 5 days. It's 5 days. That's what you need to know. It's 5 days of doing exercises, and you can check her out by going to feed-king.com. Feed-king.com. And we've been struggling with this. Like the site got taken over, and we were fighting with it. We've been fighting with it. But we got this site restored, and so we got it back. So feed-king.com, and you can go there and buy a what do they call that structure? Well, the thing. You can buy the thing. You can buy the 5-day thing, and then you can get on board with getting in shape like P King has. Okay. And then I want to say shout out to Rev Mel. her show comes on right after this one. Well, a little bit right after this one comes on at 10:30, and then goes back. Okay, so I don't know what I was saying, what I was trying to say, but sometimes my brain, because of the alopecia, it gets caught up sometimes. All right, so let's get back to money. So this is what I came up with in the few minutes that I was talking. Is you need to I can't figure out how to say it, but you need to stop trading time for one. No, stop. Notes. Notes. Oh, in the show. Oh, she's telling me. She's telling me to look in my notes, and in my shows, and so yes, and so she put it. There it is. Woo! Stop trading time for money. Thank you, Fee. Go look it out. Stop trading money for. Stop trading your time for money. Stop trading your time for money, because I got a question on Facebook. No, on Facebook yesterday in response to something I did on Saturday. And I was just doing, kind of loose and easy and asking, letting people ask me questions. And I got this question, and it said, how do I find something that's basically stopping trading for money, stop trading time for money? And so it's really tricky, because we don't think about it. We don't think about it. All of us, we don't think about it, because that's the way we were brought up. That's the way we were brought up. Time for money. Like, you do something for your allowance, right? Or you do something for your, like doing something at school. You do this and you do that, right? And then after school, you get a job, you get a part-time job, and you go working at McDonald's or something, and you do this for an X amount of time, you get that. So everything around you is peaked at getting you to pay attention to time for money. And what you do is you try to get more money, and more money, and that's a never-ending cycle, right? So what I've learned is that you have to think outside of the lines. You got to color outside the lines. And so the answer to the question about stop trading time for money is you've got to break the chains. And breaking the chains is hard, because everything trains us to do it the wrong way. The wrong way is trading time for money. That's the wrong way if you want to be wealthy. If you want to be wealthy, it's the wrong way. If you don't want to be wealthy, you need to stop watching this show right now. But if you want to be wealthy, it's the wrong way to do it. And so, in terms of how to do it, you've got to figure out what makes sense for you. What makes sense for you. So if you decide what is you do. Like, what is it that you do? You're a stylist, let's say. And then you got to think about what you can do, who's paying you outside of, who can pay you outside of styling that can be sold ongoing. Like, I don't know the stylist world, but you do if you're a stylist. And so you've got to think hard. But it's less about what it is, and it's more about you have to break the chains. That's what it really is. You got to break those chains, because I know so many people told me, stop trading time for money. Stop trading time for money. You know what I mean? Like, you've heard it too. Stop trading time for money, but until it clicks into place, you're stuck. You're stuck in the same mindset. And even this, you hear about the millionaires. Average millionaires has about 7 different streams of income, right? And you start thinking, oh, I need more things. I need more things. But that's not it. You see, because one is earning money. One is earning money, but the others are different types of income. You know what I'm saying? There are different types of income. So getting 7 different ways of getting paid is not it. So you see so and so's got 8 jobs in there in the same space because they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. They're still trading time for money. So you've got to break the chains. You got to break the chains of thinking that way. So I turn the question back to you. What are some ways that you can think of that lets you think outside the box in terms of trading time for money? What are some things that have to do with you, with your persona, like those other things? Like what are they? What are they? And release them, put them out on right here. Drop them right here. Drop them right here. I'll find them. Just drop them right here because you've got to practice breaking the mindset. You got to break, do yourself and someone else. You say, oh, so and so is working at Taco Bell. Let me do hers. Just think about it. Think about it. What you can do that can make sure that you get these chains off of you. Okay. Okay. So that was it. That was it. Stop trading your time for money. Yes. Break the chains. Break the chains, starting with one's own mindset. Because I'm gonna say it one time, one more time. You've heard it before. You've heard it before. You've heard somebody say, you need to break the chains, right? Or you've heard them say, stop trading time for money. But it slipped right by you. It slipped right by you. You've got to stop. You've got to stop. You've got to stop fully. And that's one thing that the stroke has helped me do is stop completely because I couldn't do anything. I could not do anything, right? And so I was trying to do things, trying to do old things, but everything flattened out because of the stroke. It's evened everything out. I'm like, I'm thinking now about how my life looks, how my life works, how different things fall into different holes. And I'm looking at it from scratch because I'm only 1 year and 8 months old, right? Because that's when I had my stroke. And that's how I'm building my future, right? So yeah, you've got to break the chains. You got to break the chains. You've got to break the chains of your mindset. You've got to practice. You got to practice. You got to practice. All right? All right. Hope I got you. Let's see what other comments we got. Let's see. Feed King. Great question. First, B is pivoting and learning more. Books, courses, watching those who have done it, such as Arlen Hamilton. Yeah, we've been geeking out on Arlen Hamilton. Arlen Hamilton. We've been geeking out on her because she's done it. She's done it because, man, my girl was homeless in the airport. I mean, I just hadn't thought about that before. Like I've seen homeless people, but unhoused in the airport, like, wow, that's interesting. And to be unhoused in the airport because she finds it safe, and then turn her life into, I mean, she was meeting with people even though she was unhoused, she's meeting with people talking about $1 million ideas. Like that's how much it showed. That's how much it shows you. Like that's how you got to train your mind, because even though her situation was unhoused, unfed, like all those things were feeding her, she kept her mind raised to a higher level, and sooner or later that level caught up with her, and now she's a multi-billionaire. You just gonna leave? You're just gonna leave? That's really rude. So anyway, so that's important. All right. Let's see. And Bonnie's saying she has to take an important call, and she'll watch the play on watched it on replay. Thanks, Bonnie. Thanks for letting me know. And let's see. Yeah. Thanks, thanks, V King, for writing. Stop trading your time for money. Yeah. Aphasia. I was trying to think of that before. Aphasia affects memory, language, and streaming of words and thoughts together. Yeah, and so that affects me sometimes. But I hung out with my boys recently. I went out recently, and they said that my speech has gotten much better. And I've seen them once every, I don't know, like months or like 3 months or something. And so they said that I got it together even better than before. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So my aphasia is there, but I'm beating it. I'm beating it. All right, let's see what else. The challenge, yes, her challenge, $55, and it is 40% off. Yeah. Oh, special. Oh, the special ended. Yeah, you missed it. You missed the 40% off. You missed it. Now the entry fee is $55. Yeah, you better get it. You better get it. So you want to get yourself you want to get your body right? Get on with V King. Get with V King. All right, let's see what else we got. All right. yes. Running 459 days in a row, no excuses. Yeah. And that reminded me that it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Because I could just look out the window and be like, nah, it's raining. I'm gonna wait for another day. But I get out there and rain in it anyway. All right. Okay. Give the brother his flowers. Give the brother his flowers. All right, thanks, Steve. All right, folks. So I think that's it. I think that's it. And I think that's it. So now he comes back. He comes back, right? That's rude. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is just that final thought that you have got to practice. You've got to practice thinking outside of the world's spoon to mouth, fork to mouth. You've got to expand your thinking. And you've got to think beyond that. And so you've got to think about what you do for a living and think about 3 different ways that you can make it bigger, that you can make it pay you while you're sleeping. Three ways that your job can pay you while you're sleeping. Think that through, work it out, and let me know. All right, folks, and thanks for sticking with me today. And thanks for I got a little topsy turvy, but thanks for sticking with me. And thank you for remembering that mind is the right now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. All right, I found it. Now is better than perfect. All right, so I'll see you. Oh, tomorrow is Thursday. That means Fiancé Files with V King, and we'll see what happens for Friday. All right, so I'll see you guys later.